Can you share with everybody else what you've been doing and what branch of marketing are you in?
Yeah, hi everyone. I am Juan Diego Pantejo. I do branding and marketing strategy, but I also do the implementation. The reason why I got to that is because most people do branding. That was they just sort of leave it up in the air for the social media manager or for the marketers to play with. Pero what I found is must it's easier for not only for the audience but also for the business to stick to the brand if one person deals with it. But I don't do it like all marketing though. It's mostly just content marketing.
Mm. All right. So, how long have you been in the business?
Just in my specific, hindi naman niche, pero in the specific services that I provide, siguro mga half a year. Pero
Mm.
in business overall, mag-abot ng 2 years.
Oh, I see. So before, what was it before that you were doing before this one?
Dati, strategic brand design, yung parang branding lang. Tsaka,
Ah.
marami. It was the pinaka-latest before now was brand design. Tapos
Mm-hmm.
before that was social media management. Tapos before that VA. Pero
Mm.
parang part talaga yun ng story ko na parang okay dito talaga
Yeah,
magawa yan.
yeah, yeah. You just found your way there, no?
Mm-mm.
I see. So parang ano, more
Trial and
on
error.
ang route mo is design, which is I really admire design because I don't have the design eyes, you know?
Actually, hindi. Ang root ko is the first isip ko talaga is I never wanted to do design. Kasi
Mm.
parang hindi naman ayaw ko, pero I just never saw
Mm-mm.
myself. Pero ang parang main sort of role ko talaga in
Mm.
life, char, um, is parang problem solving slash parang plan. And akala ko design is parang art lang. Parang, okay,
Mm-mm.
make it look nice, and ganun lang. Actually, hindi. Completely not at all. Kasi secondary na yun, tertiary nga. Kasi what design really is problem solving. For it's planning to solve or it's actually solving na a specific problem. So let's say kung sa website, kung low ang traffic ng website niyo, anong problema i-diagnose doon. Tapos we design
Mm.
specific things to visually attract and not only visually attract but pero to keep the attention ng mga customers sa website mo as an example. And the parang making it look nice part, ma-learn mo na lang on the way, along the way.
Awesome. Actually, that's interesting. I haven't tapped brand stuff yet, but
Mhm.
I believe it's directly related to what I do. And it's interesting that how you see it and problem solving, no? Because most people these days know that branding, just the colors, the palettes,
Mhm.
right? So that's a common misconception about this. So it's fun that you elaborated that to us. All right. So how for me, let me introduce myself. So I'm
Yes, go ahead.
Jeanne Keith Felipe. Um, you can call me Jean, you can call me Keith, but Jean is the the common, right? So I'm an SEO content writer first. Um, but by course, as a Filipino, we choose where the money is. But later on, it didn't work out. So I graduated as an IT, but
Ah,
I didn't practice it because deep in my heart, it is something that I can do, but not want to do. Something like that. Yeah.
mhm.
I graduated with that degree, but eventually I returned back to writing. So in college, I was a writer then for campus
Okay.
Campus Jorn.
Oo.
So while studying IT, I'm doing campus Jorn. So parang I get the taste of both worlds, no? Then after graduating, I worked for BPO, then transition to freelancing. Eventually, naturally came back yung writing. So it naturally came back and I'm really happy that it happened. Now, since I've been in the industry for 4 years, I'm now branching out to content strategy na because you can
Mhm.
see I feel I can relate to you with that. Na you can see the problems na yun na, okay, so this is not, what's the problem here? Hindi pwedeng gawa ka lang ng gawa ng content eh. It has to
Yes.
have direction, di ba?
Uh-uh.
Oo.
So I
So,
get it. So since SEO ka dati, makita mo na it's not just about the content to make it work. You have to parang go deeper, go parang way more behind pa before the content starts.
yes. And with my personality who just wants to know why, always why? Why is this happening? Why? Why do I need to do this? It's a,
Same. Mm-mm.
'di ba? It's a curse and a gift.
Oh,
So,
for sure.
'di ba? So, yeah, it naturally led me to content strategy, and now at some point it also leading me to become an SEO specialist at the same time, because SEO specialist is a combination of creative and technical, which I really
Mhm.
like, because I get to practice my technical skills and my creative. Although it's not easy. It's
Oh
not
yeah.
easy. Yeah.
In your opinion,
Mm-hmm.
would you still have, or maybe would you still have gone into SEO, or would it have been harder if you didn't have your IT background?
Hmm. Good question. Actually, no. No. Maybe I would have gone deep into the writing stuff. Very deep. Like book writing, something like that. But I it's I don't like programming because I'm talking to a machine. But I love how it works. If you get what I mean.
Rin. Ako rin. Oo.
Right?
Medyo nag-try ako ng, kasi nag-design din ako ng websites. And part of it is front-end design, yung CSS, HTML.
Mm,
I tried
mm,
going into it. Fun siya, pero I can't, walang spark doon para sa akin. Interesting, pero walang yung parang nag-drive sa akin na mag-learn more. So parang nakalimutan ko na lang. Hindi siya hard. Like, it isn't the hardest thing in the world. Pero maybe if you go deeper, of course. Pero for me, there was no drive to go deeper. So that's why I didn't
mm.
continue. So
Yeah.
Webflow.
Mm, yeah, actually, that's one of the in-demand ngayon, platforms. Meron talaga nagiging niche na siya, sariling Webflow developer, 'di ba?
Designer, exactly.
Webflow SEO, because they have a different platform than WordPress, which is,
Yeah.
I think, it's fun and easier in my perspective,
Yeah. Mm-mm.
right? But
Tsaka,
others don't
I
like
think,
it.
yeah, others don't like it kasi I get it kasi WordPress is supposedly, which it is, it's more robust. Mas
Mm,
maraming
yeah.
options. Pero in my opinion, WordPress is nowadays for mga huge, big companies na that need like the robustness. Pero
Mm-mm.
kung kahit most big size like large scale businesses, they don't necessarily need WordPress. Marami kang magawa sa Webflow. As in,
True.
marami. Okay, maka-custom, ano yan? Custom content management ka na nga eh.
Yeah. Tsaka yung the aesthetic is really giving,
Mm-mm.
Very modern,
Yun
'di
din.
ba? 'Di ba? Because
Oo.
lalo na ngayon, lalo kung aesthetically ka, conscious,
Ay, oo.
one click,
Tsaka
you
game
have a
changer siya for
website.
designers.
Yeah, actually.
Kasi
And a lot
similar
of
talaga siya
designers
ng,
hate it.
ano, actually.
They hate it. I
Oo.
don't, I'm not a designer, so I cannot speak for them, but I don't know yung struggle, but they hate it whenever I bring it up.
I
No?
wonder why that is, no? Well, maybe,
Mm.
here's the thing. It might be because learning curve.
Mm.
There's a huge learning curve talaga kasi para siyang Adobe.
Mm.
Ang tawag yan ang interface niya eh.
Oo.
Maraming buttons, maraming
Yeah.
systems. Pero actually, and you do have to learn basic code para ma-understand mo anong parang structure ng website. But it makes, maybe para sa akin lang yun, but it makes so much sense. Yung
Yeah,
parang,
me too.
um, bit blocks, tapos yung pillars, tapos yung ganun, parang, ay, structure, hindi ka na parang isip, where should this go?
It's easier. Andun na lahat ng tools eh. Adjust mo
Mm-mm.
to, lock mo to, 'di ba? It adjusts everything. Tapos ang maganda doon, actually sinundan to ni WordPress eh, yung compatibility with phone, 'di ba? Mobile and
Oo,
tablet.
oo. Ang tawag
Sinundan
nun,
niya sa update niya.
yeah.
'Di ba? Before walang ganyan, eh.
Kasi
Nasabi ko,
kailangan talaga eh. I mean,
yeah,
it's better if it were like that because more people would visit your website. And if more visit people would visit your website, the company whose website it is would like the platform, the development platform more.
yeah,
So
yeah.
kailangan mo talaga as kumbaga kung WordPress ako, I would definitely implement that.
Yeah, actually. And lalo ngayon, the algorithms are preferring ano muna eh, mobile friendly muna. Lalo sa Google. Gusto niya, ang,
Oo.
ano niya, ang, kumbaga, inspection niya in a website. Mobile friendly ka ba?
Mm,
Kasi, most of us, mobile talaga gamit for searching, no?
mm. Ah,
Easy.
ito naman. Yeah.
Mm. All right. So, moving on to our topic. What's our topic again? uh,
How you can't DIY everything.
yeah. What you can get from DIY everything. All right. So, I'd like to listen to your piece about that.
Um, well, my opinion on it is basic. There's a lot of things that you can DIY. That's what most businesses do anyway. Kasi not that's why smaller businesses. I'm not sure if you've heard this from business coaches or from business
Mm-mm.
experts or gurus. They'll say that especially when it comes to pricing,
Mm-mm.
the clients or the business owners who wants parang a lower price tend to be the ones who are trying to bootstrap things, yung parang medyo kuripot. Sorry, Tagalog ba yun? Kuripot?
Yeah,
Ah,
Tagalog yun.
okay.
Yeah.
Sure lang. Um, medyo stingy and which makes sense kasi you're bootstrapping your business. So wala ka pang pera, wala kang kapital. So and that part of it is DIYing everything. But the thing is, two brain is better than one brain. Three brains is better than two, and and so on and so on. And brains take money to access. And besides the money, at the very least, you have to learn from the other people. You can't just sort of test muna dito, or as I like to call it, throwing spaghetti on the wall and seeing what sticks. Hindi ka man pwede mag trial and error all the time kasi wala kang time, di ba?
Yeah.
Akala nga nila na freelancers, entrepreneurs, akala nila na, oh, we own our own time. Whenever someone says that, I say, no, time owns us. Baliktad po.
True.
Wala, wala po kaming time.
Wala.
Sorry, kasi kung wala kaming trabaho, walang income.
It's just illusion.
Illusion talaga. Kasi kung
Mm-mm.
walang clients, down the drain.
Yeah,
Sayang-sayang ng pag-file ng income tax.
true. Well, actually, has there any instances that entrepreneurs or your clients go to you and um I want to DIY this, but yet can you guide me? Because I usually encounter that, like, they want
Mhm.
to have that full ownership of what they do, but they want direction. But you cannot
Mm-mm.
do anything,
Yeah.
right? You just tell them where to go, then they want to do everything, thinking that it would be cost effective for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you had
Meron.
any instances like that?
Hindi naman like, hindi sila, it never has gone to client sort of stage. Pero yung parang nasa DMs lang, naghihingi lang ng tulong. So, binibigay ko naman, pero mostly through share ng links, ng videos, or tips, or kung mag-show, kung mag-send sila ng picture ng work nila, critique,
Mm-mm.
or, thoughts, yun lang. Not to the point na every single step talaga direction nila. Pero, kasi a lot of times, you can help in that way, but there has to be a limit because your time is precious. And a lot of us paid for our knowledge. We paid for Kia Abrera's business launchpad, shout out. May affiliate na tayo na.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Pero we paid for that. And don't tell me the people who can ask questions, libre na lang. Though also they can never really get the knowledge that we get
Yeah.
because they also don't have our perceptions. They don't have our way of thinking. So iba naman yun because we synthesize things differently. But the matter still remains. We still pay for the knowledge that we get, and they can't just sort of ask for it for free.
Yeah. Well, it happens.
It happens.
It
That's another
happens
thing.
talaga.
Sa sort of DIY mindset, kasi is I wasn't when I first purchased a course.
Mhm.
Well, actually, most of the courses ko is free, and hardy har har, I never complete them. Uh, Number one reason is being I never paid for them. But
Mhm.
but why do I never complete? There's always this sort of ang tawag yan? Um,
Learning curve.
no, there's a correlation. There's a correlation with how much money or money specifically, not time, money that you invest and how much you follow through with the
Mm.
education with the course.
Yeah.
Kasi kung hindi masakit na hindi ka umattend ng sa webinar or session,
Mm-mm.
hindi ka talaga attend.
Yeah. There's no skin in the game.
There's no
Di
skin in the
ba?
game. You
Yeah.
won't commit. Wala. You just sort of leave it there. But okay, I can do it tomorrow. And then pag abot ng tomorrow, next week na lang. Wala na.
Yeah, indeed. And parang yung value, it depreciates, no? When
And
everything
it's the
is
same
free.
thing, it's the same thing with DIY design or parang DIY anything. Sure, you spend time on it, pero it's gonna feel different if you pay someone to do it. Because not only did you not do the design work mismo, you can clearly see, unless you're sort of thick-headed, na the work is different, the quality is different.
Mm.
I mean, hello, Canva versus Adobe Illustrator. I'm not
Oh,
saying just because you use different tools, it's ganon.
yeah.
Pero the skill that it takes to use Adobe Illustrator is completely different than the skill it takes to use Canva.
Yeah, yeah. May ano kasi, no? Emotional investment,
And
really.
kahit designer ka mismo, even if
Mm-mm.
you design your own things, it's completely different than if you were to pay someone else to design for you. As a designer, ha, kasi you're in the business. Ano yung term na yun? You're in the bottle. You won't be able to see the label from the outside because you're inside the bottle. Sabi nga ni
Mm-mm.
Chris Do, I'm not sure if you're familiar with him.
Yeah.
Sabi ni Chris Do na you can't work. Sorry, I'm sure this is not from him mismo, but I've heard it from him. You
Mm-hmm.
can't work on your business if you're always working in your business.
Mm,
So
good point. I love
if
that.
you're only kung nag-DIY ka lang ng DIY, wala kang external sort of perspective that'll show you kung tama o mali ba talaga ang ginagawa mo.
Yeah. You're contained in your own world, di ba?
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Mm. Um, I have this kasi business owners who came to me for help, no? And I think it's gonna be hard to execute or to help them if they are not giving you an access to their world. Very takot sila to trust, no? But the thing is, when everything fails, they'll just run back to you for help, 'di ba? So
Yes.
what I always suggest to my clients or my leads or some people who needs my help is that here's the thing. I need to see everything so that I can give the right solution. We're like doctors, eh. You need to tell me all the symptoms
Yes.
muna. What you did, what
Mm-hmm.
you drink, what you ate, so that I can provide you with the right diagnosis and give you the right solution. If you're not going to give it, you restrict where we can work, then it's gonna be hard, and you'll not gonna get the results that you want. Number two, I can't help you. 'Di ba?
Exactly.
Yeah, because it happens usually lately because parang I believe AI and the tools that we have today gave them the parang
The
perception
confidence.
or that idea that it can be done. I can do this, I can do that, but does it work though?
Exactly.
That's the question. Does
My
it
ma
work though?
there's a
But it,
nice exactly. There's a nice example I just watched. I forgot who it was from. Pero
mhm.
my next hobby. Why do we need to hire a copywriter? Can't we just use ChatGPT or something? Then the guy replied, or I think it was a woman, replied, do you know what specific prompts to put the ChatGPT to be able to match the brand's voice and values?
Yeah,
Wala. Nuh-uh.
yeah. Because it's easy. They think it's easy. Of course, it all goes back to costing. Why would I? Because
Should work,
what I
yes.
notice is that they really want the business to start, no, pilot testing, launch the business, because probably there are other motivations out of it. Number one is to earn, of course. They want speed, right? But the thing is, um, great waste comes with haste, right? If you're
Yes. I like
speeding
that.
up
That's
things
good.
too much, right? Um, it takes things worthwhile things takes time.
Mhm.
No?
Yes,
You know,
exactly.
don't release something that's half baked. And I've learned that as a small business owner myself, I can really relate to that. So I've been on both spectrum. I've been a business owner
Yeah.
and a service provider,
Mm-mm.
so I know how it feels. I believe that some entrepreneurs are more on the business side of things and not seeing the consequences,
Totoo,
diba?
totoo. Kasi, it applies also to marketing and to branding. Kasi most people, especially those who are trying to cut costs, will hire social media managers, or designers, or brand strategists.
Mm.
Normally, they can't afford brand strategists, but see them. Um, they expect instant results in 1 month, 10,000 followers na dapat.
Yeah.
And reality is, if you want marketing to work, it's gonna take time because people don't. Kung mag-post ka ng 10 posts per day, you're first of all, only 20% of your followers will read your posts. 20, 80% comes from yung parang random feed lang. And
Yeah.
then, not all of your posts are read by 20% of your followers. Like even yung 20% lang, they're not read. Typically, skip. Okay, next. Number one reason why is because we're this is going into content marketing more, is because they don't give the viewers a reason to watch, to stay. But if you hire someone who isn't gonna think about the strategy, who isn't gonna think, who is just gonna post whatever the business owner wants to post, they're not gonna think of hook, visual hook,
Yeah.
script,
Yeah.
value, talagang yung parang actionable value, and then continual hooks along the video. They're not gonna think of that because their job is to post right on them kasi yan magtatrabaho nila, specifically social media managers. Social media managers are supposed to be people who post, schedule. There's a little bit of strategy involved, but it's also not their job. It shouldn't be put on them,
Yeah.
especially with how the average social media manager is paid. It shouldn't be on them. It's not their
Mm.
job. There's way too much pressure on those people. Hindi na pwede.
But it happens lately.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Especially if like I don't want to put siguro like this is verging on victim blaming, kumbaga. But it is also, let's say I'm a social media manager. I it's sort of my fault also for letting them put the pressure on me. Like I need to build my own
Mm.
boundaries. But the
Indeed.
business owners also have to learn na hindi if someone did that to you, would you okay lang sa'yo?
Mm-mm. Right. Right. Got your point. Well, happened to me as well in the content. But I really believe that there should be someone handling the strategy itself.
Oh
Iba
yeah,
yung
big time.
execution talaga. I
Mhm.
totally agree with you with that
Yeah.
because
Because
mhm,
execution and strategy are completely different sort of levels of perspective. Tactical masyado ang execution is. And
mm,
dapat lang. Kasi it takes a lot of things. Maraming parang tactics that you have to know. And you have to dive deep into the analytics also after you post. A few months after, a few years after, you have to look back and then see what you can do better. That's implementation level. Strategy level is sort of
Bird's eye
high
view.
level thinking,
Yeah.
bird's eye view talaga na completely different. These people, not that they can't deal with it, they shouldn't because they have to deal with this. And vice versa lang din.
So I believe that would go back to the alignment din eh.
Mhm.
They're different but they're aligned. Something like that.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
the strategy should be aligned from the top to the bottom. So you have to understand what you're doing and why you're doing it to implement it properly. So I think dun nagkakaroon ng ng overlap na I know what I'm doing, I know why I'm doing it. So parang naging strategy na to.
And you'll be more confident into execution because
Yeah.
you have the knowledge that parang, okay, this is what I'm doing. I'm sure of this. Let's continue. And if implementation fails, this isn't you can look back at this, but you can also look back at implementation first and then see what we did wrong or what we can do differently, and then go from there. And if something is still wrong with that, then you go higher. But at least you're
Higher, higher.
confident here. Like you won't
Yeah.
be like scrambling, ano ba talaga?
Oo. Yeah. So yun yung yung sa strategy because they can see which one work. What can we
Mhm.
do for the things that work? Something like that. I totally
Yes.
agree with you with that. Especially
And
with
it comes to
content.
your point. Yeah, it comes to your point, kanina, now where you said you still do SEO, but now you're also doing more content strategy because it's important because you've seen with the clients that you've worked with that it isn't hindi lang pwede parang ano yun, we can't they can't just hold our hand while we're sort of moving pixels. We have to be independent because we have our own mind and we have our own perspective on their business, and
Yeah.
they hired us for our perspective, so why should they micromanage? Plus all the problems that you see from your clients, diba? You mentioned kanina, is because of a content or lack of content strategy.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. They want to push things out there without strategy. But I'm happy that there are some individuals who really value strategy. There I think it boils down to being how can I say this in a nice way? Um
Don't say in a nice way. Mamaya na yan. Be be controversial.
oh, I can't. I'm hesitating. Well, it all boils down to the kind of client that you work with. Some
Yes.
are very what how can I say this? They know that they don't know things, you know.
Mhm.
They know that they are not knowledgeable in something. That's why they hired you. And
Yeah.
they trust you. There's this trust, right?
Yeah.
Immediately from the get-go. So I
Yes.
believe it is also on us then in
Oh yeah.
choosing them,
In our
right?
content.
Yeah, in and thinking if we can really work together. And from the get-go, you have to evaluate then if the working relationship is there, if the rapport
Yeah, if
is
there's a
there.
fit.
So yeah, if it's a fit, because if you push through with someone na from the start that what gonna budge,
Yes, exactly.
then I think at that point it's our fault then
Mm-mm. Yeah,
diba?
because we are who we choose to be with. Oh, ano yan? Uh, um,
True.
when we hire clients, that's the term, pero when we sort of get clients, it is also our job to vet. And if we if we're not able to see the type of client or even the type of person or business owner that they are, it is sort of our fault. We have to deal with it. Though when we realize it, parang what then? Yun ang question. Parang anong gawin na natin? Pero at the moment, we should do our best to sort of choose. Kasi they're also doing the same for us, eh. I mean, to us, and they should.
Mhm. Well, that made me think, no? Because in this service that I have now, it's mainly on mental health practitioners. And it's a common thing for them na from group practice, like a group center or counseling center or psychiatric centers, they work in groups, like different professionals at the same level. Then it's a controversial thing wherein they try to move from private pay, like individual. They have set up a clinic for them. They take on clients as an individual, and that's one thing that we noticed on how they think. Like, I'm still starting. Why do I need to hire? I can't hire for now. Hold on. Browse
Yeah.
for folder. Teka, save na siya. Teka
Ay,
lang.
salamat.
Saan kita? Kinabahan din ako. Sayang yung pinagkukuda natin.
That's it.
Okay. Ah, collab. Teka. Yun. Okay. Dito na siya. Yan. Mamaya send ko. Buti na lang hindi tayo nagla-live one.
Kaya nga.
Ninervous ako may mga ganito, di ba? Hindi pa ako ready.
Tsaka,
Oo.
ang
But,
mag-live ako, gusto ko mas magandang camera ko. Kasi,
di
last
ba?
live ko parang,
Actually, lalo ako. Okay kaya yung sa'yo, malinaw. Yung sa akin
hindi kasi
hindi.
phone ang gamit ko eh. Kasi, pero I want yung parang legit na, kahit sa webcam, yung parang mabili mo na webcam na better than PC.
Mm-mm.
Kasi,
Oo,
especially for meetings.
yeah. Parang kay ano, no? Yung parang kay Jolong, ganda.
Sana
Ah,
all.
sana all. Sabi ko
Sige
nga
lang, in
eh,
6 months.
yeah. Actually, ano ko nga, sabi ko, sige, ano yung gamit mo? Ano na ako,
Kaya nga eh.
nagka-canvas na ako. Oo, kasi sabi ko, I want to make things nicer for, alam mo yon, for other people to see me naman. Na parang professional looking, right? To give
Yes.
that impression na, yeah, professional, right? Anyway, going back. So
Ang layo ng
yon,
tangent.
they
Okay.
are, they're pushing for the private pay. And one of the things that I noticed na, actually, I get clients by improving my copy. I DIY my website, ganyan. What's your take on those kinds of things as a brand designer? Like, I DIY things, but I get clients naman.
I would ask why this is guessing, na inbound client, inbound lead siya, nag-approach sa aking wanting to sort of work with me. I would ask then why are you talking to me now? If you're, kung meron na siyang clients, kung meron na siyang income, if okay naman siya sa website and copywriting, DIY niya, bakit siya nag-approach sa akin? What help could I give?
Sa bagay.
Kasi if okay na siya sa
If it
DIY niya,
works for them.
if it works, it works. Whatever works, yun naman talaga eh. Business is not sort of step one, step two, step three. It's kung una ka na sa step three and you're fine, hindi mo kailangan mag-step one and two. Hello, you're already there. So there is no
Oo.
point in sort of pushing them if they really want to say, I'm okay with DIY. And if it is really working for you, more
If it
power to them.
works.
Kasi hello,
Sa bagay. Oo nga, no. But how if, sa bagay, I believe this stems from, the way I hear it, this stems from your, your hate for outreach.
yes. Pero if in terms of bawi ka agad. No, just and I won't take it back, but I do really do I dislike outreach because specifically yung traditional na almost door to door or in this case email to email na outreach yung parang cold or calling nga ayoko. Kasi it's so disruptive and I know the feeling of being called Sunday afternoon. Do you want to no?
Yeah.
It's Sunday. Please don't call. And there is a better way of implementing or going about outreach. Tinuro ni Kia. Shout out to Business Launchpad. Um, but
Mm.
and that's valuable because I wanna sort of integrate that way. But that's the only way. I'm doing outreach. No, no other else.
Yeah. Well, if it works for others though, but yeah,
Oh yeah.
we all have
Depends
our
on
preferences. It's
yeah.
okay. No
It
worries.
de
Mm-hmm.
depends on each person, but that's just me. Again, that is I forgot to add, that is just me.
Mm-hmm.
That's it's just against my nature, I
Yeah.
guess you can say.
It's okay.
But how do you
Actually,
approach things then?
personally, that kind of
Do
mm,
you do outreach?
I honestly no,
Here.
but I don't despise it though.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I'm lazy, but I have this notion. This is just in my perspective that if you outreach a very informed person per se, they can consider they smell desperation kasi eh.
Yes.
People nowadays are very informed. They're very
Mm-hmm.
smart.
Yeah.
They've been to all the modus operandi already.
Yes.
So they know when they you try to sell them.
Mm-mm.
It's also a part in my writing, the way I write things. You cannot directly say that buy this now, they won't buy because they will it gives them an impression that you're just saying all the good things just to sell,
Exactly.
diba?
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I write it. I don't, you know, take it or leave it. I'm just giving you information, but if you like it and you like what I wrote, then there you go. Here's the link. It's ready.
Yes.
Right? So that's how I think it is. But at some point if I'm going to tap on someone na they really need my help in my perspective na I
Uh,
think this person needs my help. Yeah.
Same.
And I
Yeah.
think they're not very knowledgeable. I believe it's more on um investigating muna yung person before you outreach,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-mm.
Yun. But sometimes I overdo. Na, this person needs my help, but my friends and mentors say, but do they need you though? But
Mm-mm.
do they need the help that you provide though?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I sometimes go over that. Like, they
Yeah,
need
that makes
me
sense.
but do they like your help ba?
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Di
Well,
ba?
here's the thing. That makes sense. But how would you know that without asking?
If they blatantly say that, yun yung mga kaso na dinidiscuss
Because
ko kanina, like,
but you asked.
I know this, I want this.
Yeah, but you
Mm,
asked. You did ask at first. Na parang, hey, I do this. I see that, you need help or something like that. But you asked. It isn't something na
yeah, I do.
parang you saw and then, ay, pero baka, it isn't, uh, what do you call this? It isn't something that stops you before you ask, correct?
Actually, I asked.
Yeah, that's a
But the
good, then
problem,
yeah, that's fine. Because if they
but
say
the
so, at
problem
least,
with that, but the problem with that is it becomes free. You know,
ah, iba naman
it
yun.
it leads route. It's gonna be free na. Okay, so now I learned my lessons. This launch pad.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Be strategic in everything you say.
Yes.
From the get go,
Mhm.
ba? So yun.
Ang maganda
Oh,
din kasi
wait
sa
lang.
yeah, yeah, sure. Ang maganda kasi rin
Go.
sa, let's say, quote-unquote strategy is hindi
Mhm.
siya to manipulate or to fool. It's it's to how do I say this? It's to implement who we are in how we approach things. Kasi
Mm-mm. Where you
what we're
fit in the
yeah, where we fit.
solution.
Kasi when we, let's say,
Mm-mm.
outreach, where have we learned outreach? Sa mga business gurus, sa YouTube, sa ganun. So it isn't who we are, it's just what we learned and then implement. What I like with strategy is what do you need to do? Or no. What has to happen? Anong goal? How do we approach it with what we have? Or how do we approach it with what we have and what we can get through education or through hiring, to the delegation or whatever. But it is using the tools that we already have and only getting from other sources if we need, and
Yeah.
then reaching the goal. It isn't you have to do this, you have to use this specific pen. Like no, it's I can use my pencil that I already have. Diba?
Yeah. The more creative you are, 'di ba?
Yes. Mhm. And
Yeah.
the more
They
aligned with
perceive the
yourself,
value the way.
not yes, exactly, not just one, step two, step three. And it shows kasi sa client side that they can see na, oh, this person is honest. They aren't salesy. And makita nila na they're simply presenting a solution.
Yeah. Actually, that was done to one of the things that I noticed when in my clients, they're very prone to hard selling, you know.
Mhm.
And what I always tell them is that people smell that that's why they don't approach you. It
Mhm.
smells the desperation to sell. Medyo luma na yung um, what happens pag ganito ganyan. Or if they directly message them. Sabi ko, they can smell it from the get-go. So you have to come from a point of concern, from a
Yes.
point of love or care that they understand it. Kasi if you're gonna show them agad yung, here's the plans. I know what's
Yeah.
your problem. Here's the plans. Right? And that's one of the things that I notice with my clients na um eh, kumbaga allergy, na-allergy yung
Yes. Allergic
customers
reaction,
mo.
yes.
Naaamoy nila.
Mhm.
Kaya
That's
hindi din sila
why, yeah,
nag-engage with you.
exactly. That's actually a it's good that you're sort of branching upwards, not out, but sort of upwards into content strategy. I say that's part of content marketing. Hard selling
Yeah.
dati used to work, as we all know. Pero now it has to be integrated. You have to be able to parang tato kasi yan, I'm sure you're familiar with this. Tofu, mofu, bofu, di ba? Top of
Yeah.
funnel, middle of funnel, bottom funnel. Hard selling is
Mm.
dito. A lot of people do hard selling lahat. Hindi pwede eh. Dapat mostly nga top of funnel. Top of funnel has nothing to do with the company or the brand. It's just problem awareness and then solution awareness. That alone will make them interested in your brand. Kasi you're the one giving them the
Mm.
information. You're the one telling them parang, this is your problem. Okay, here's the solution. That's you. Of course, it's automatic that they'll follow you, they'll comment, they'll like, whatever. And then middle of funnel is just sort of putting a face to it. Yung parang hindi kumpanya ang front mo. Like there's a personality, there's something to it. And not only that, there's proof to back it up. Yung parang hindi naman filler content, pero further education. But this is supposed to activate them. Yan ang language ngayon eh. Activate them to buy para yung hard
Keep them
selling mo,
warm.
keep them more, para
Mm.
yung hard selling mo will work. Kasi if you if you say buy now because I don't know, 1 hour na lang ang sale, someone who's in the top of your funnel that won't work on them. Pero if you're selling in that way to someone in the middle of your funnel or someone who's already sort of papunta na doon, it'll it'll work most likely. Kasi that's what they want. It's already in their mind. You're just sort of, hey, ito na yun. Here's how you buy. Pero someone who's just scrolling on Instagram or TikTok, sa pake, kung selling ka na kung may sale ka, hello, it doesn't work at
Walang
all.
build up eh, no?
Parang build up, parang bam.
Walang build up. Ito na, bili ka na. And I mean, that works for maybe at some types of businesses like commodities, no? Yung mga product
Yeah,
based.
because people already know that they need. Parang
Yeah.
onions, kailangan ko ng onions.
Na-establish
Okay,
na.
so ganun na. It works. But I'm reading this book, Seth Godin, shipping. Oh no, 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 sorry. Sorry, it comes from another book of him. I didn't read it, I just read the summary. Sabi niya na most brands work within an existing category. Madali lang masyado kung if you have the capital, if you have the knowledge to work in that category because people already know what their problems are, what the solutions are. So mag-enter ka na
Mm-mm.
lang as something new, something unique apart from the existing solutions. Pero yun lang ang problema, you need capital. you have competitors na mahirap mag-compete with kasi existing na sila. Yun ang pangbola nila.
Oo.
Yung matagal na sila in the game. Bago ka lang eh. But you offer a fresh perspective. That's why Uber worked. Uber, Grab, they worked kasi mayroon mga taxis. People already needed transportation, but it was just taxis. How did they compete with taxis? Lower prices, first of all. Second, accessibility kasi phone lang. You don't have to call, you don't have to wait. Pupunta lang sa'yo. And set na yung rates. Hindi yung parang kung may traffic, oh my gosh, nag-count ang pesos or ang dollars, nag-count. Set na ang rate, so kahit may traffic, ang distance and measure. Yun ang bagong game sa transportation industry. But people already had, there was already an existing category, so people already had the problems. They were already aware of the solutions. You just had to add another solution to revolutionize the game. But a lot of brands now are switching to creating their own category because they're speaking to how the people are. It isn't just about I need new shorts for exercise or shoes for exercise. It's who are you as a person? And you need whoever you are as a person, you need to align with the items that you buy, the shoes that you wear. And in that of itself is its own category because you're not vying for price anymore. You're not vying for anong color. You're vying for personality and for attributes and values. Kung nag-align sa personality mo. That works if you don't have capital, wala kang knowledge na dati, because you can build a personal brand. The problem is it is harder. Now here's the thing. It's harder, but you cannot apply traditional marketing strategies sa new category na style. Because it's new. You don't know how people are. Walang existing parang problem and solution awareness. Kung sa existing category ka, pwede yun because you already know that people want to be taken from point A to point B. So just insert ka lang ng services mo. But if you're creating your own category, you don't know yet. But that's the point. You can't just
So
hard
parang ano
sell.
siya, it's more on ano din eh. Ano din siya, an experimentation in a gamble,
Yeah, especially
right? I
if kung
remember,
new category ang pinupuntahan.
yeah, it's a gamble. Parang ano yun eh. Remember Gentle Monster?
No, I don't.
Gentle Monster, the shades, the eyeglass company. Yung
Oh, yeah, yeah,
they
yeah, yeah.
have,
Mm.
remember?
Wow.
Oh, it was
Where did
endorsed
that
by
go?
Blackpink first,
Uh-uh.
right? So I think there are a lot of eyeglass companies all over the world. No, it became a necessity na sa tao because a lot of people are, are having bad vision like me. But yeah, I think that goes to that category that you're mentioning that you have to be different, because they put a lot of budget in their art installations in their shops. In BGC alone, ang laki nung mama na nakaupo sa so they try to how can I say it? Push the boundaries of 'di ba? Which is it works for them though. It's very expensive. It works for them though. And it
That's the
siguro
thing.
din eh. It's a brave soul din talaga eh.
Uh,
And ang makulit ito, when they launch, they pick talaga the high tier. They have the budget din kasi. They pick the high tier. And they pick Blackpink with cloud pa lang, 'di ba?
mm,
Which is sabi ko, okay. They have the budget and they really wanted to make it work. However, I believe in business kasi it takes 3 to 5 years to see if everything will ano yan eh. The first 5 years would be the crucial stage eh, di ba?
yeah, that's where you set
Di
your
mo pa
foundation.
masasabi na just because it worked on first and second year, okay na eh. It takes 5 years. Kaya nga dun din tayo pumapasok na as you brand strategists and me and SEO content strategists
Oh
because
yeah.
we keep them afloat on those trial stage na 5 years. And that's what other entrepreneurs are missing because yes,
DIY.
it works for you. You have clients now. But the
Mm,
longevity, hanggang kailan?
exactly.
How long would it take?
And is it
Right?
sustainable
It
for you?
works now, but yeah, that's the word. Sustainable. It's not gonna be sustainable.
Mhm.
Because what I notice is the DIY things, it works for them now. The effort is 100% on their end. But what if they're already marketing, then they are doing client work, so half na yung attention. You're not gonna be monitoring things in a clear perspective. Lalo na kailangan clear-minded ka in doing
Yeah.
strategies eh. 'Di ba? Kapag clouded yung mind mo, overwhelmed, sama mo na overwork,
Wala na.
um, that's where the things go wrong then. So that's I think the risky side of DIYing things. It's not for long term, right?
Yeah, for sure. And it isn't, if you're planning to build a business as traditionally termed a business, you cannot DIY. You have to hire someone. Because a business, in my opinion, if you're a business owner, this is in terms of parang ano na, not as a service provider, so as a business owner. If you can't step out of your business and leave it alone for at least a month, it isn't it's not a business that you own, it's a business that owns you. Because you have to stay
Mm.
constantly grinding the gears para lang
Yeah.
mag-run. And you cannot do that with DIY. Ang DIY, ikaw talaga mag-run. If you're fine with that, then okay ka lang dyan. If you can increase your prices so that, you have less clients but more income, good. Pero
Good.
if exactly, pero if you're
Medyo,
selling commodity in a commodity style where you want it to be accessible, you want to help more people, it'll take more of your time and you won't be able to do the DIY that you used to.
yeah. Well, I believe also na ano din eh. One of the things that make them think that way is yung influence din.
Mhm,
The with the and the people around them no na you
yeah,
can do this, you can do that. I did this. Parang 'di ba? I already did this and ganyan. But what they don't know behind the scenes is it's either nagsisinungaling yun, they're lying about what their trajectory in the business. Number two, first they DIY but they later on they hired. Which is a good trajectory then. For
yeah,
example, nag-DIY ka muna just to put yourself out there. Then
yes.
you, ano na, leverage to hiring someone. That's a good trajectory as well, especially with costing, di ba? But, yeah, I think the influence din kasi.
Sure, there are always external influences that affect business decisions, but the thing is, other people, not only are not running the business, but they're also not you. So why would and they're most likely they're not really sort of stakeholders or affected sa business management mo or sa business mo. It's like you're not giving them your income para so that they can survive. They're just sort of saying stuff off the top of their head to seem helpful. Which, whatever their intention is, bahala na yan, let's just leave it at that. Pero take everything with a grain of salt, especially as a business owner. I say we don't know what we don't know. And if you do something,
Yeah,
it's either gonna cost money or time. So whatever,
truly,
whatever, whichever you value most, bahala
truly.
ka natin.
Yeah. I agree with that. Na ano, it gonna take, gets, it gets expensive in the long run. Totoo yan. Ayan ang hindi nila, that's the thing that they don't see. They don't see.
And
Well,
it's sad kasi a lot of times, especially in our culture, yung quick money, yung parang trendy lang na ano maka earn ng six figures and human and ganun, parang that's get a job if you want that. Pero business ever since has always been long term. Hindi man yun parang okay, makakuha na ka ng $10,000 a month. Ano na, I could go. Okay, ang tawag din yung parang mag-laptop sa beach. Also, first of all,
Yeah,
mahirap mag-laptop sa
actually,
beach.
ang ano ko dyan is, ano eh, what I really want entrepreneurs siguro or aspiring entrepreneurs to know is that there's a difference between selling and instability. And I would highly recommend stability because you can earn as much as, 6 digits in 1 month. Yes. But how long does that gonna take you to get that kind of amount of money?
Yes,
Yeah.
big time. And part of being a business owner or entrepreneur is mindset, especially when it comes to, as you said, you asked for help finances. Kasi ang na-learn ko sa Business Launchpad is integrated, especially when it comes to personal branding, with the 4 Ps, yung Venn diagram na
Mm.
ginawa natin. Integrated masyado ang entrepreneurship and personal life and development.
Yes.
So
Very much.
if you can't control yourself, regardless of how much money that is pouring in, if you're just gonna spend it, wala na. Wala. Nothing's it's useless. And it isn't just
Yeah.
yung
Actually,
parang
I'm gonna
controlling
quote
yourself.
uh-huh.
Huh?
Uh-huh.
It isn't just about controlling yourself, it's about controlling your expectations and yung contentedness mo. Yung parang, do you really need the next iPhone? Do you really need the next bag? Do you really need this? Do you really need that? Kasi a lot of it, a lot of what we think, what a lot of what we think we need is coming from the media or from your friends saying na, "Ay, may bago akong ganito," pero actually you don't need it at all. It is just peer pressure and parang keeping up with the Joneses.
Actually, in my perspective, money is a weak motivator. It's
Yes.
short term.
Mhm.
Yeah. I believe siguro for aspiring entrepreneurs then is that or already in the business is I encourage them to find a bigger why in why they're doing things
Yes.
because it's not always smooth sailing, no? And they always put the best the people that I know that is long in the business, they had this big why on why they're
Mhm.
doing things bigger than themselves. No,
Mhm.
so it puts things to perspective kasi if they think like that, why am I doing this? For example, they are not easily swayed by money. Na I'm earning this much. And I no longer need your services. Tatanggalin niya lahat ng staff niya because it's
Aray.
already working now.
Aray.
And I say great haste leads to great waste talaga.
Agree.
Decision making din yun. So
Because you can't think.
but yeah. So
Malaking
yun
bagay
yung
yung
napansin ko din.
true.
Oo.
Malaking bagay yung parang
And
time to just sit and parang think. Pa talaga to.
do you believe that it is also our job to make them realize these things?
Um, uh, it depends on your point of view. I don't, to me personally, yes, for myself, it is my job,
Mm-hmm.
it's sort of my calling, kumbaga, to make them realize what they really want. I mean, parang talagang to guide them. But I'm not gonna impose that to, every service provider, because that depends on each individual's why. Ang why ko is, yung para magtulong talaga in terms of guidance sa business or problem solving. I was, for some reason, ma-drive talaga ako sa problem solving. Pero, para sa akin na yun. I don't think that's true for everyone. It would be nice, in a perfect world, pero I'm not gonna put that on people. What do you think?
Sa bagay, yung iba kasi, no, they don't solicit it.
Mm-mm. Yeah. Tsaka,
Mhm.
a lot of
I'm
people,
curious though.
Mhm.
Go, go, go.
a lot of people don't, a lot of people are jaded to parang giving advice, free advice, or helping people because parang, ay, bale, wala lang niya, or parang they won't really give anything in return. Which I would say to that, what would I, what I would say to that is, Was your intention really to help or to get something out of helping?
Always boils down to that, right?
And I don't mean you should give away free things or parang work for free. Pero if you really wanted to help, yung parang may boundaries na huli. Was your intention really to help or to get something out of the help?
Yeah, I
And it's okay
believe
to admit
then doon
that
na
you want.
nakikita yung ano eh, clarity.
Yes, exactly.
Well, have you ever encountered something like that wherein it takes hard for them to ano, to accept your strategies as a brand strategies? Have you experienced a client like that before?
Very much.
Can you share that?
Very much because a lot of the times, especially that day, I didn't know better. There was a lot more mindset work to be done with the client before any strategy was to be established. Because they have to be willing to, and you know, that's on me in terms of choosing clients also because they have to be ready and willing to work with the strategy and implement to see results. Because what happens is I give them a strategy, they half-assedly implement, tapos wala naman, they'll blame you or they sort of will just cut things off randomly because nothing's worked. Well, you didn't implement it properly. That's why I went into implementation and content marketing because I want to be able to do the strategy like all the way, and then implement it in terms of content marketing. Because it's just I'm more comfortable with my work if I do that. And if they don't hire me for content marketing, I am able to say that okay, I will only provide the strategies. It's your choice to do proper implementation. Kayo na bahala. Hands off. But if you hire me for your content marketing, I will make sure that it works. It's viable at the very least, and we'll work together with it. That's it's a business launchpad. Um, what was it? The three tiered service. There was white ano yun?
Tiered service. Do with
Yung
you.
parang knowledge lang, do with you, do for you. The full sort of
Yeah.
brand strategy and then implementation, that's the do for you. Because that's completely working alongside with your business. Yung do with you is sort of the strategy then. So, with some guidance. It's totally on you. At least the last part. Or the third tier in my services is white glove. I will help you.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah. And
Pero
it isn't so much
ang
about
ano no,
lessening. It isn't so much about lessening the help that you give. It's more so making sure that they really want you to help. And when they really want you to help, okay, go. But if they don't, it's just the three tiers in terms of services is a boundary to make sure that they don't blame you or come back at you after.
yeah. I think that's the ano no, feeling ko yan yung ano sa atin eh, the strategist part. You know, when things don't work out, it's your problem. It's your
Yeah,
fault.
it's
Kaya
because
minsan malinaw,
especially if they don't implement properly.
yeah. Kaya dapat malinaw sa kanila na, hey, have you implemented? Ako, in my case, I have this document talaga eh. But have you implemented this though? Because
Me too.
I
Exactly.
acquired the mindset that if it's not written, it didn't happen. So I really veer away from verbal ano eh discussions na kailangan everything will be written down.
That's good.
So
Yes.
when they say na it doesn't work eh, but have you implemented it though? From the tiniest bit detail. No. So, tsaka ano, what I noticed with that kind of ano din is, they're very impatient then. They want results 1 month.
Exactly. Parang 10,000 followers in 1
Especially with
month.
SEO.
Whoa. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I know. One thing I know about SEO, from the little that I know, is it
Mhm.
takes time because you have to build the words on the website and the backlinks on the website. So you have to wait for it to be noticed, first of all, and you have to work with what you already did to improve. So it can't be 1 month, di ba?
Yeah. And that's one of the misconceptions. And I'm really happy that most of the people that comes to me, they are aware that it's long term. No?
Yes.
I'd like to think SEO kasi as like ano eh, you're spreading seeds. You're spreading seeds of plants and they grow eventually and propagate on their own. So that's how traffic works. You set it out, see if it grows or not, if propagates or not. So that's how I see it, and that's also how I explain it to them. And um, luckily, no, people are getting more familiar with SEO now.
That's true.
Um, yeah, and it's really happy to see the community grow in this industry, no.
And
But
I
it's
think that's
also really hard because the competition it's getting tighter.
that's true. And I think
It's getting
that's sort
tighter.
of part of that is up to us as content creators. That's why I need to film more. Um, it's to help educate na rin kasi when we want inbound clients, part of their education what they get is from us also before even hiring us, before buying from us. It's the content that we put out. And I think that's what we need to start doing. I need to start doing. So I have been procrastinating from putting out content.
Sayang yung pagkukuda. All right.
Sayang ang values.
Hello. My dog is needs attention. Actually, you know what, one? I thought I'm intimidated at ano sa'yo from first. Oo.
Kasi,
Because maybe I thought na ano, kasi pag nag-English ka, parang, ay, parang super smart naman this guy.
or
But, yeah. But ngayon na I'm talking to you, sabi ko, ah, hindi, he's nice naman pala.
I don't bite. Resting bitch face lang talaga.
Oy, same. I just want you to know that ano, that's the vibe at first, but it's good na it's not. Yeah.
Is it like a good uy smart siya or parang parang smart siya?
Um, medyo intimidating, yun na lang yung term. Parang, for me ha, um, parang, I'm very bubbly kasi minsan. Parang, maybe this person will see me as, ano, too bubbly. Parang ganun. I'm too much. Ganun. For this
Mm,
person. Yun. Kasi may mga tao nagsasabi din sa akin na, you're too much to me. Yung ganun, yung energy ko, they
mhm.
can't match it. Kaya, I'm an introvert, but if I like the vibe,
Me too. Oo.
di ba?
Kung parang I get to know the person personally na, wala,
Yes,
hindi
oo.
na ako introvert.
Oo. Ako yung ano, tinitingnan ko muna, can you handle me and my energy?
Totoo yan. Totoo yan. Kasi may best friend din ako na ganun. Ah, at first, makita mo parang ma-feel mo na parang medyo hilingera siya na parang bitch. But actually, that really is just her. Like, she doesn't mean anything. Totoong resting bitch face na talaga. And then if you get to know her, super bubbly and
Bubbly.
very extroverted. So parang,
Ikaw na rin mapapagod, no?
okay, bahala na. Kasi marami din nag-judge sa kanya.
Oh, well.
Sa amin actually. And then, parang, bahala kayo dyan.
Mm-mm. You don't have to prove anything to
You're,
anybody.
like, you're missing out, not us.
It's not meets you. Charot. Love that. Okay. All right. So, baka
Yes.
mag-run out na naman tayo ng time. Okay. So,
And 40 minutes.
okay. So now can you share with us one if if they want to hire you as their brand strategist, how can you work with them? Can you tell us that, please?
Sure. I have number one thing. You can follow me on Instagram or TikTok. That is Juan Diego Pantejo. Most of my socials are just that, Juan Diego Pantejo. I have a contra.com profile. Juan Diego Panteo pa rin. There you can see my portfolio, my services, my prices, though I am gonna fix that and revise that because improvements ever since Kia Abrera's business launchpad.
Mm-hmm.
But mostly if you need branding and marketing strategy and implementation, or with just the strategy part, I work usually with implementation. But if you need any of that, let's chat. Here's the thing. Most people think that I'll just sort of sell, which is understandable because most people do. Pero when I say let's chat, I really mean chat lang talaga.
Yeah.
Because I don't accept everyone and everyone doesn't accept me. Char. It's you, it's not me. Oh. But I will try to solve your problem without you buying from me.
Mm-hmm.
If I
I
if
don't bite.
if I know if I know a video that will help you, and if I think that's all you need, that's what I'll give you. I will not tell you to buy from me because you really don't need it.
Yeah. You should add a disclaimer, I don't bite in your profile.
I don't bite. I only roar.
Roar.
Roar,
Oh
roar.
well. Okay.
But what
So
do
what
you? How
types
about
of
you?
businesses do you work with? Like in what
Ooh,
niche?
that's the thing. I don't exactly have that nailed down yet. I'm trying to think. I work with problem solvers, people
Mm-hmm.
who really, in their core, want have a solution and want to solve more problems.
Okay.
But that can be applied for everyone. So that's the thing I'm dealing with. Maybe I don't know. I don't know if I wanna. I don't know if I can sort
Mm-hmm.
of niche down into specific industry or restaurants now or pet. I mean, vets or something like that. I don't think I can, but I'm working on it.
Yeah. Actually, to give you something about that, it's good that you try first everything. Then pick which one
Exactly.
works for
That's what
you,
I
which
wanna.
one aligns with
Mm,
you, right?
yeah.
That's how I did. Because if you're not very sure about something, elimination process ka na lang, right?
For sure, for
Diba?
sure.
It works. So, for me naman, I'm an SEO content strategist. I wear a lot of hats. I can be a writer. I can be your SEO specialist at some point. But mainly, I offer my services now for coaches, for artists, like makeup artists, like that, or individual practitioners, and healthcare professionals, specifically or specializing in mental health. Because I'm a survivor of mental health conditions, and I'm still navigating it at this moment. And I also have family members who also have mental conditions, which drive me to serve the people in this space. Because it is not because a lot of people are the mental health crisis is there, but the community really needs help, especially the therapists, because no one is supporting them. They want to solve the governments all around the world want to solve the mental health crisis, but they're not supporting the mental health therapists. So I want to be part of that. I want to support them in any way I
Me too.
can to serve them. So
That's
that's where I am. So if you need someone to set up things for you, I mean for the viewers of this video that we have, right? If you need someone to set up things for you your own, right? Set up your website, of course, and get you going to start gaining leads and put yourself out there. So I'll be here for you. You know, there's help. It only takes
there's how.
yeah,
Exactly.
there's help.
We
It
exist.
only takes
We're here.
your yeah. We're here. It only takes your willingness for help because there is help.
Exactly.
But are you willing? That's the
True
question.
that.
And it really takes a lot of courage to ask for help. I know that because we want to do things on our own, we want control. But if you only knew how convenient and how far you can go with the help of others, you will
Yeah.
realize that,
Even with just one person
yeah,
helping out, huge,
yeah,
huge difference.
yeah. And not a lot of people are scammers. Someone are
Not
just,
everyone.
yeah, some
Not
are
everyone is a
really,
Nigerian prince. Alam mo yun?
Kapuy!
Alam mo yun? Alam mo yun? Nigerian prince asking for money sa emails. Dating scam yan eh.
Yun, there's help, you know. There are people who you're willing to serve, right? And you just really need to find them. That's why we're doing this. You need to find us.
Yes. We're trying to make ourselves findable.
Yeah. Yeah, we're trying to be the honey to the bees, you know.
Yes.
Find us and
Which I
I
think, side note, I think that's also part of our responsibility. Like if we truly, really do want to help the people we want to help, it's also on us to make ourselves findable.
Yeah, indeed. And also, I'd like to shout out also those mom therapists, of course. You don't need to carry all the burdens of motherhood and business. You know, motherhood
That's
alone is
true.
hard enough. So,
It's the hardest
I'm
job.
here to help. Hardest job. And being a
And the most
therapist
important.
also is another hard job.
Oh God, yeah.
Imagine
Yes.
absorbing everyone's but yeah, that's my message for them. How about you, Juan? What are your tips for your for the entrepreneurs who needs your brand strategy or don't know that they need brand strategy? What are the things that you want to tell them?
Number one thing is to be open-minded and break away from the sort of common thinking of what business or entrepreneurship is. Because a lot of the times it's not that at all.
Can
And
you tell more about what kind of um thinking word mindset were those?
typically it's the sort of quick money, easy money, or there is a specific one way to business and all the other ways are wrong. Or all you have to do is this and then you'll be set for life. Like those types of one track mindsets
Mm-hmm.
are what's keeping entrepreneurs and freelancers from ever getting anywhere, whether in life or in their careers or in finance. So break away from that and know what you really need to do. Know what your Pareto principle is. Are you aware of the Pareto principle? Yung parang 80% of the results come from 20% of your work.
20%.
Know what your 20% is and just focus there.
Yeah.
Whether that
20%
be
and
brand
has
strategy.
80% impact.
Yes, exactly.
What else? How about
That mostly, yeah.
tips in when do they need a brand strategist? What signs um what signs that should they see that I need a brand strategist for this? Like the symptoms na I
If you're
need a
selling,
brand strategist.
uh, if you're selling anything, I mean anything, you probably need a brand strategist because not a lot of people have the same point of view that a brand strategist has. Especially like specifically for me, I like to say that I've been doing brand strategy ever since I was 10 years old, probably even earlier. I just didn't know what the term was. Because I would always look at things in this sort of way. Parang tingnan ko yung product na yun, parang, okay, ano ma-improve? Ano yung reputation? What reputation does it have to other people? What are other people saying? Like, and then what's the actual truth? And then why is there a gap there? So if you're selling anything, services, products, or yourself,
Mm-hmm.
you probably
Oh, sell
need
yourself.
brand strategy. Sell yourself. You
Hoy!
probably need brand strategy. Even you don't necessarily need a brand strategist. You can learn things by yourself, but again, you can't DIY everything.
Yeah.
So when you think you've reached that point, look for someone to help you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm here, I'm available, but you don't even I care for you, so you don't even have to go to me.
Yeah, thank you for that. And I hope that they find you eventually. All right. Do you
I
have
hope they
any
find you too.
questions for me?
Um, Not at the top of my head, but I want to ask, just to clarify,
Mm-hmm.
you do SEO content strategy, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, so not like content strategy overall.
Um, Actually, it's encompassing that because SEO content strategy can only go so far without tapping the brand strategy as well.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
it has to be a mixture of both, because it can only go so far in terms of keyword research and
Results.
stuff. Yeah, it has
Hmm.
to have a direction, so it has to be aligned, right, with the business itself. Sure.
Hmm.
Yeah. It has to be aligned with everything, because sometimes SEO specialists in my industry focus only on the technicals, what the data shows, without
Hmm.
understanding the behavior of the customers, why they act that way, what are the possible reasons, why the graph of why a certain content has bigger clicks this time than impressions, something like that.
Hmm.
You have to articulate that,
Yeah,
why, what words coming from. So it's an overlapping content strategy and SEO. It's just that are more technical with the SEO stuff.
technical.
Mhm.
That's very important because a lot of people underestimate the need for a separate technical person and then strategy person. Because they're very different
Yeah.
things. But they
Actually,
need both of each other.
to add with that, when especially today that everything is on platforms like Google search engines, not to add AI with generative AI that we have, and social media, when they type keywords, that's already SEO. So that's where we come in, you know. We get what the people type in the search
Mhm.
engines, and it gives your business an idea what are they looking for, and how do they want to see these contents on their perspective. So
Exactly.
yeah, so it give the difference only with SEO content strategy and content strategy is we have the visibility on the technical side on what's happening with the platforms, compared to
Mhm.
just content strategy wherein you just monitor the behavior of the people, like the
Yeah.
conversion, the engagement, the comments and likes. But for us, thank you for this one. um for us with SEO background, we see the actual actions, clicks, how many times have they seen the content pop up, impressions,
Mhm.
and who are the people who's linking to your content? Are they the authority people in your field? Like, are they part of organizations that values your niche, something like that? So it's not only about ranking websites, but it also shows the influence that you have as a business. So, in a
Mhm.
technical and a logical sense of things. So, that's the
Yeah,
difference between.
that is so cool. I didn't know
Thank
that
you
was
so much
possible,
for
but
asking
that
that,
was
dear.
cool.
I was not prepared to answer that, but I guess that question helped me articulate what I do.
That's cool because um that is so important for brand strategists to see
Mm-hmm.
that that's possible because then we work with that.
Mm-hmm.
But if that doesn't exist, where we can't do anything.
Yeah. Actually, you
Not,
do,
not that
but
we can't do anything, pero you know, we work with less now without that,
yeah,
without you.
yeah, true. That's why I really that's why a lot of SEO as well, specialists is coming to the surface as well, and they are really taken care of, because um being an SEO, having an SEO specialist for just 1 month won't capture the progress, eh. So you
Yeah.
have to be with them, hold their hand, just like you, brand strategists. We hold the business owners' hands,
Hmm.
throughout their journey to let them see
Yes.
where the for brand strategies. You give them where the brand is going. The actions that they're doing is aligned to the brand that they want
Exactly.
to show. And for us, SEO content strategists and SEO specialists, we hold their hand in showing them this is the reality of what's happening in every platform. Especially today that brick and mortar is no longer, yes, it works still, but everything is online already. And you really have to have that visibility. Like a binoculars, right? We're walking and we have the binoculars and I'm telling you where to go. Turn right,
Uh,
turn left. So that's how I see my work.
exactly.
We give them the
Exactly.
the visibility. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I think that is a great place to end because this has been an amazing conversation. And I want to do this
Actually,
again.
actually. Now that I
Uh,
realize it, yeah, this is a good conversation.
This is a good sort of format also to I have an idea. This
Go!
has
What's
nothing to do
that?
with I don't know, pero yung parang what if we collab in this capacity na we bring in others, we interview them.
Like a podcast thing.
Sort of, yeah, parang ganun.
Mm-hmm. Someone that's
And you know,
aligned to
we
your business.
yeah, and
Like
kahit, you
who?
know, whoever not necessarily aligned, pero whoever we're interested in interviewing, whoever piques our interest, whoever we
Mm-hmm.
think will provide value to our audience.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah.
Like who? I don't know, Kia.
Oh my God, I cannot. That's
Sige, ako na
senpai
girl.
mode. That's senpai level. I cannot. Takot ako kay Kuya. Nakita mo naman kung paano niya ako kinayo kagabi, di ba? Remember, hindi mo lang tumagal yung conversation ng 3 minutes, KO.
Parang poop. Okay,
Dropped
bye.
it. Mic drop. Grabe, tawan-tawa
Um,
ako doon. Sabi ko, okay, wala na. Wala na akong masasagot eh.
surprised nga ako sa ano eh, sa silence after parang pagkatapos din parang, okay, wala na.
Oh, di ba? Lahat tayo tumahimik eh. Okay, wala na. Tawan-tawa din siya eh, di ba?
Oo. But yeah, that's what I mean. Parang anyone who we're interested in and who we think will provide audience provide audience to our value, provide value to our audience.
It's okay.
I think we should definitely. Yeah. But anyway, it's just an idea, you know.
Mhm.
Wherever whenever our times will ano din will makatugma.
Yeah, no worries. You can chat me anytime if you need my
Yeah.
perspective of things. All right. Actually, I have a collab. Just before, let's siguro end muna. Wrap up tayo.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Bago ko makipagkwentuhan.
Yes. Let
So,
me okay, ikaw pa ba? Okay, I thought I was so kaban ako for a second. Kasi I saw my screen record off. I thought I forgot to record. Ikaw pala nag-record.
ako ba
Panic
nag-record?
mode. Hello. Yes,
Did I?
ikaw. I
Oo,
don't know.
yes.
Oh. Huh.
Kung ano pa yung meaningful. Whew, my heart. Whew.
Ambulance muna, wait lang.
Hindi kasi naka-open yung comment section so na-compress. Wala yung pause tsaka yung stop
Ah,
recording. Woo!
girl.
Alam mo ba? Okay,
Not
so let's
today.
just patril, no? Let's just wrap things up. So,
Yes.
yeah, we hope that this conversation or this valuable content helps you, get a visibility on when you need some people like us and what are
Yeah.
the common, things that we can help you with, specifically how we work,
And where we
how we can
belong.
help you.
And- exactly.
And yeah, so that's
Hopefully
my
this is
piece.
our first podcast. Well,
Yeah.
kung makakommit talaga.
Oo. Yeah. But let's hope that we can keep up with it.
Yes,
Yeah.
kahit hindi, we don't have to be consistent. It's just, you
Mm-hmm.
know, for ourselves. This is also for ourselves.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to share my thanks to Juan for saying yes to this collab, and it's really fun to learn things on a brand strategist review, to learn from you and to see how things um
Thank you too. I never realized what SEO specialists do. Now I have a little more, you know, of a perspective on it, and I want to thank you for inviting me also because this is really I like these conversations.
yeah. And we're now that we're on the same team.
Exactly.
Right.
There is no competition.
Ano, yeah. What I mean is that we are on the same support for the business
Yes,
owners.
we're on the
Yeah.
same side
Yeah.
where we come in different spots, but our
Mhm.
aim is the same. It's to help you.
Yeah. So that's the very gist of why we put ourselves out there for you guys. right?
Exactly.
Me and one, so that you know that people are here to help. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Any last
Thank you,
words?
everyone,
Last
for
words.
watching. Last words.
Namatay
Uy,
na.
wala pa.
Any closing remarks from you, one, please?
Um, may the light be with you. Char, Wheel of Time. Uh, I just want to say that thank you so much for watching, for listening. If you even reached this part of the video, I guess. And hopefully we'll be doing more.
Mhm. All right. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay.
Bye.
Sip. End scene.
And
Okay.
scene.
Alright. Actually, gusto ko lang i-share, one of our classmates, nabura niya lahat ng content niya. Raw footage of interviews. Grabe. Alam
Ooh,
mo nung nalaman ko, oh my God, I
how
cannot,
hurtful. Ouch.
hours and hours of insights na wala. Sabi ko, kaya nung nakita ko na, what if hindi nag-record? Ang sakit. All right. So with that, any questions pa, dear? Any how?
I'm good. I just want to float that idea that I had that parang maybe we can do this consistently in a more consistent basis. I mean, and maybe interview others also.
Let's do that.
Just a question: where do you live?
I'm in Rizal, Luzon.
Rizal. Okay.
Yeah.
I
But you
was
know
like,
what? You're
you
from
mentioned
Davao,
this
right?
being. Uh,
Alam mo ba, most of my clients now are from Davao. I don't know where they find me, but they're
oh,
all from Davao. That's why,
well,
they're also good in speaking English. Kaya when I talk to them, English din. So sabi ko, I see now the pattern. The Vaweños are really good in English. Yeah.
di lang Navaweñas, anyone I think who learns Bisaya. I don't know,
Yeah.
maybe there's like a thing na parang also it's sort of with our mindset na rin na we have to learn multiple languages anyway. So, go lang. And I think Bisaya matches the sort of it don't matches, pero it helps the English.
Yeah, actually.
Kasi
I
a
I
lot
have
of our
an
grammar
ace.
comes from English.
Mm.
Sa
I
Bisaya.
think you're better in English than Tagalog, no?
Oh, for sure. I learned Tagalog when I was like 12, 13. Not very good, even now. But English talaga beside it.
Because I have an AC member, Harvey, who's also very good in English. You have the same level of English speaking level. Sabi ko, oh my God, these kids, so young but so good. Oo, but it's fun, it's fun. I'm challenged to step up on my plate.
That's a good thing too. And also me with Tagalog. Because I need to learn Tagalog. Come on.
A lot of
But
din. If you know
mhm.
Charlie B in TikTok,
I
Charlie
love
B.
them.
Yeah, he posted that he hated Tagalogs first, yung mga Tagalog speaking people. Because
Bakit daw?
parang nahihirapan siya, bakit kailangan siya yung mag-adjust to speak in Tagalog.
Ah,
But
yeah, yeah, I remember. I remember.
but
Yeah.
when he came to Manila na he realized that they are nice naman, ganyan. Kasi nga 'di ba at some
Oh,
point may
because
part na
he never,
bi-
he never met them before. Ah, okay. I
oo.
get it.
Tsaka medyo may discrimination daw, ewan ko, di ko sure kung may gano'n talaga, but may discrimination daw on Bisaya speaking people. Sa'kin naman wala. Yung
A lot, most people hindi naman, pero there is certainly a narrative going
mm.
around that luckily most people deny. Not most people na sa atin pero most people sa Luzon don't wanna go there. So there certainly is a level of discrimination when it comes to Bisaya speaking people. Not necessarily yes with our language, but also for some reason there's a reputation with that comes with our language. For some reason there's a stereotype which
Hmm,
is very not true because it's definitely true with some people. Pero Bisaya
not
speaking
generalized.
people Bisaya
Mm.
speaking people are most of the Philippines, because we have Visayas and Luzon. I'm sorry, Visayas and Mindanao. So
Mm,
with the diversity there,
majority.
hindi pwede may stereotypes like that. There are definitely true stereotypes, pero not everyone. And
Yeah.
pero generalize na ng tao, so okay.
Yeah. Uy, lumabas na
But
naman yung
there definitely is discrimination from us to people taga Luzon, specifically people taga Manila, because there always is an air of imperialism that comes from the
Yeah.
reputation that Manila has.
Kala mo
Pero
naman, ang lilinis naman taga Manila.
exactly. And we've met some people, specifically usually older people, who have that sort of mindset. Pero
Mindset.
like that's sort of going into politics now, which I'm fine with doing, but I don't like talking about all the
Mm,
time
oo.
because there is a deeper level that I think we need to go beyond politics.
Mm, oo. And actually, hindi, ay nako. I've known a lot of Visayas that are nicer than people in Manila, you know. So I don't kaya nga I don't get it why parang nalulungkot yung iba na Bisaya speaking that parang feeling nila inferior. Yun, yung they feel inferior kapag pumupunta Manila. Sabi ko, no, don't be. Kasi hindi din malilinis mga tao dito sa Manila.
That is definitely the common parang thinking because we have to learn the language by. So there's that side of it. We have to learn Tagalog pa, so medyo, medyo.
Oo.
But pag switch to Bisaya, ay wild.
Oo nga,
We're
totoo
like
yan.
completely different people.
Oo. Actually, ako kakasama ko sa mga Bisaya friends ko, medyo nakaka-acquire na, medyo nakakaintindi ako ng konti. And my grandma
Ah,
is from Aklan. So medyo
okay.
na-expose ako sa words, but I cannot speak it, you know, but I
Mm.
understand a bit.
Pero kasabot na ka.
Mm. Konti.
So di na ka mabaligya.
Hmm. Hindi ko na alam yung word na yan.
It means parang hindi ka na mabenta.
Mabenta. Yun.
Parang ma-backtalk or something.
Medyo, mabebenta pa ako. But I really want to go to I'm really fascinated the way things na you from Davao, my client from Davao, my lead is from Davao. Sabi ko, what in the inception is this? Sabi ko, anong
At
meron
ang
sa
isang client
Davao?
ko nga eh. Ang isang client ko, ang VA niya, taga Davao. Taga like, next, ano
Diba?
to?
I think
Barangay, parang what?
I think there's something in Davao that's flourishing. I think.
Oh, for sure, Mindanao, I think.
Yeah, I can see that.
Mm.
Because this trend, kasi mainly siguro dito sa Luzon, andito yata yung lahat ng service providers eh. Tapos andyan yung mga clients. 'Di ba? 'Di ba? So,
That makes sense. Tsaka, sa Luzon, there's a lot of local service providers that they go to.
yeah.
So, parang next door, o parang nasa city lang, so they don't have to
Actually.
reach other,
Actually.
Dito kasi sa Davao, wala masyado, or hindi masyado known as, parang, ay, kapitbahay lang tayo, you could have gone to me instead of going to the person sa Manila. But,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Actually.
Understandable.
Tsaka parang Davaoenos are more trusting in Filipino talent.
Oh, yeah.
What I
Not,
noticed.
not necessarily din, pero I think there definitely is. Kasi nag nag-break na sa amin ang narrative na kailangan yung parang US or foreign kailangan ang service provider mo or ang nag-help sa for it to
Mm,
be good or high quality. Like that we're sort of breaking out of that now because
actually.
we can #support locals, diba?
Yeah. Oo. Napansin ko yan,
Kaya naman.
actually. Mm. That's good, actually. It's fun to, explore that. So, all right. Actually, I have an
Yeah,
interview later.
I don't want to waste your time.
Yeah. So,
Good luck.
any
Ano yung
questions?
interview for lead?
Mhm. I don't want to preempt, but yeah, it's a lead.
You will get it. You will get
Thank
it.
you, thank you, thank you. Actually, this one, he found me. Yun yung kinoment ko kahapon. He found me somewhere. I don't know where. And sabi
Ask him.
ko,
Make sure.
yeah, actually later. I'm nervous, but yeah, he's a
But
good,
here's the thing.
mm.
Here's the thing. He reached out to you, so you are qualified.
Oh my God. Thank you. I need that. I need that pep talk.
Kaya nag-ano
Actually,
eh. Kaya ask sa'yo. So, you don't have to prove
also,
anything else.
here's the thing. When he emailed me, he's looking for the wrong position. He's looking for a web
Oh.
developer, webflow developer,
Mm.
specifically. I know, I honestly told him the way we learned from Ma'am Kia that if it's not your scope, then don't push it. No? So I told him, I know, I have a bit of knowledge with that, but if you need someone who's very knowledgeable or knows the know-how of everything, I'm not the person. I recommend this friend of mine. Then he emailed again. How about SEO? Oh, well, that's my
Bam.
scope. Yeah. Then after that, how about this number? Can you work with this number? And of course, I do. I saw the number. Of course, yes. Let's go. Then we will book the call and we will talk later. So having you
See?
saying that makes me feel like you just want to make sure this time that, you can do the job.
Mm. Yeah. Di tsaka, siya naman din, hindi ka man nagsabi na, from what you're saying, this is from my perspective,
Go.
from my, yung kwento mo. Hindi siya hindi ikaw nagsabi na, but I do SEO. Siya nagtanong na, oh, what about SEO, di ba? Oh, see?
Yeah.
And then
I
you
don't know
just,
where he
okay.
found me though. Where did he found me? I'm curious why
Sige.
he's so sure about me. That's the thing.
Oh,
Why are you so sure about me? Is it the content that I produce? Is it the result of that?
baka, who knows? Pero that's definitely something you need to ask kasi, so that, di ba, sabi ni Kia, na you have to know where you're getting the lead so that you can optimize it out.
Actually, I'll ask that maybe when we're done with the deal. Baka kasi maano
Yeah.
siya, where did you find me? Parang ganun. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for that one.
Yeah.
I'm really nervous.
You're
It's
welcome.
gonna be 11, so yeah.
Woo. Late.
Hope this
Late
works.
nighters.
Because if
Hope
it
this works.
works, yeah, this is a good fish.
Fish, baka
Definitely
hindi
a
lang
big
fish, baka shark.
fish. Huh?
Baka shark, hindi fish.
Actually, shark. And it's gonna
Yes!
solve all my problems if it happens. But if it's not, it's okay. Medyo na ako eh.
Ang,
Alam mo yung part nakaka-reject sa'yo, sanay ka na. So,
uh, ang saying na gusto ko niyan is, rejection is protection. Because if they rejected you, or even if you rejected them, there's something in that sort of protected you from something that could have happened.
hey, I like that. I like
Di
that.
ba?
I need to hear
And
that.
it very much aligns with who I am, because I'm very, not very, I don't want to call myself religious, but I want to be Catholic.
What?
Is it?
You want
I'm
to?
Catholic and want to sort of be more religious with it. And it sort of aligns with
Hey,
my thinking that if I didn't get this, God probably didn't want me to have this for a
hey, oh
good
my
thing.
God.
So
I'm Catholic too.
here,
The
it's better than
bad juju. Oh my God, I also have that, but it's it's faded. So we're against the bad juju. Yeah. Oh my God. I call them bad juju because
alignment.
yeah. Oh my God, I'm so happy to really connect with you, especially with these things. Faith. It's a very big part of me. Very,
Me
very.
too.
Yeah. Because yeah, so the meeting is about to end, but I just want to share that I'm just an extended person. Extend lang yung life ko and really,
Mm,
this is something that yung mga ganyan na God's protection, God's direction, I really, that,
yeah.
value
And
that.
see, if you weren't extended, quote unquote, as you said, by God, we wouldn't have met.
Ano daw, sorry?
If you weren't extended, as you said, we wouldn't have met. This wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, actually. So I'm really
Di
happy
ba?
to meet you.
Me too.
Especially with this business launchpad thing.
Mm-mm. itong business launch pa talagang iba. And I'm so grateful na parang i-graduate lang tayo, parang forever na tayo dito, parang
It feels
di ba?
different, no? Have you watched
Mm.
Attack on Titan? I feel like we're the first group. Like the